It's Sarah from Losing It For Me 42 with my week 57 update. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy or VSG surgery on October 26, 2016. My high weight was 389 and that was in April of 2016. My surgery weight was 324, so I lost 65 pounds pre-op. Of late, if you've been following me, my lowest weight was, I'm going to say 227. I've seen 226 for a hot minute, but I was really dehydrated at the time, and I don't really count it. And I've seen 227 less than a handful of times, so more than once, though. So I'm going to go with my low weight was 227, and I've been kind of bouncing around for the past 3 months between 235 and 228 for the most part. Of late, it's gotten even a little bit more focused, where it's like 228 to 230. It's been really in there. So I came at you guys before. I think the last time I came to you, I was probably 230. It's hard to keep track now because I see the same numbers fluctuating all over the place every week. So it's hard to remember exactly where I was, but I think I was 230. This morning I was 227.6, maybe 0.8, something like that. But I saw 227. Yeah. So this is kind of like the lowest of my current low. Oh, and I didn't give the date. I never do. It's November 29th, 2017. Oh, I'm so tired, guys. So, yeah. I updated you guys that I saw my nutritionist and that she kind of rapped me on the knuckles and was like, all the things that you were doing before, you're not doing now, and you really kind of need to do that. And I was like, I know. And I know, and part of it was that I had to be rapped on the knuckles, and I had to be held accountable in order for me to be like, hey, do it. So since then, Thanksgiving happened. Thanksgiving wasn't bad. I had some stuffing, which I love stuffing. Not a lot. And I had a tiny slice of some really great apple pie. But sugar and me don't mix too well. I don't really get sick from it. I just don't feel good on it. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I get scared of it because every time I have it, like something that's really sugary, I get really like, ugh, that has a lot of sugar. And I think that really mostly comes from the fact that I don't eat sugar anymore. So when I do have something that's sugary, I'm kind of like really super hesitant. Though for me, sweets have never been too big of an issue. Because I'm much more of a bread person. Yeah, so Thanksgiving happened, and then I was doing so well with meat and veggies. I was doing well. Like, I saw my nutritionist Wednesday. Thursday was, Thanksgiving, but Friday and Saturday, I stuck to it, and I did really well, and I was on the low end of calories, and everything was great. It was all meat and veggies. I was on the low end of calories. My carbs were really controlled. I was doing well. I felt good. Like, I wasn't hungry, everything. And then Saturday, I got sick. I woke up sick as a dog. And I sick ate. Ew, that sounds gross. But like I comfort food. Like, I had soup, I had crackers. Like, my carbs and my calorie intake went through the roof. Now, granted, through the roof is 1,500 calories for me, which is like, holy shit, that's a lot. But 2,000 calories is the normal intake. So it really wasn't terrible, but it wasn't by any means fantastic, and it wasn't meat and veggies, and it wasn't good. Sunday or Monday, I tried really hard to get things back into focus, and I didn't. I ate a sleeve of crackers. So yeah. But I allowed myself soup. That was the thing. I was like, I don't care. I'm sick. I get soup. And soup's not bad. I mean, it's 24 carbs for a whole can of soup, and I ate it over a period of time. Yes, I will eat cold soup. I ate it over a period of time, but I did. The first day I only had half a can. The second day I had the full can. But yeah, so I wasn't super upset about it. I was disappointed in myself that I ate the crackers, but I was starving. I was so hungry. I think my body just wanted calories. And once I had the crackers, my body was like, oh, thank you. And it settled down. But I was eating everything in sight. Which is why I think at the end, the crackers were really bad, but I really feel in the end, I had eaten a lot before I ate the crackers. And I kind of wonder, if I had just eaten the crackers, I feel like it wouldn't have been so bad, and I wouldn't have eaten so much. But, yeah, it wasn't great. So today's Wednesday, Tuesday, and today I've done really well. I am surprised. I had this inkling in the back of my mind, but it really is interesting to me that when I eat meat, veggies, when I don't eat carbs, I'm not as hungry. I don't eat bread. I have whole wheat, low carb, 3 carbs per wrap, bread. It's flaxseed and bran bread. So I don't eat a ton of carbs. Even my nutritionist was saying, even on days where I was super bad, whatever you want to call bad, but I really wasn't, my carb intake really wasn't that high. It was still on the low end of low carb, which was probably around 50. And she was just she's for you, not so much, but for anyone else, that's not a terrible number. And I was I know, I realized that, and she did cut me a little bit of slack, but she was you're here for me to yell at you, so I'm going to yell at you. Because she knew, and I was yes, I am. I'm here for you to yell at me, because I need somebody to yell at me, because it's so easy to rationalize this stuff. Oh, I'm having bean chips. Those are okay. That's okay. They're good for you. They're bean. Do you see how much fiber is in that? Eating the whole bag is not okay. And it's just there's a lot of things that are not bad for me, that are actually better options, that I was overdoing it on. And that's why my weight is just not having it. I'm excited for tomorrow. I don't think I will celebrate breaking anything until I see 225. I think if I see 225 for, I don't know. I kind of am if I see 225 for a couple of days, and I was bullshit. If I see 225 at all, I'm going to throw a fucking party. So I kind of want to hold off celebrating, but I probably won't. And I'm kind of excited that it might happen. And maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx myself. But I feel it might be coming. So yeah, I cleaned up my act. Eating meat and veggies, I feel so much more sated. I feel content. I feel full on a lot less food. When I was eating just even protein bars and these low carb breads or whatever, I wasn't eating a ton of them, but I definitely feel different. I felt so hungry, so out of control. I felt like I was just so hungry all the time. I was like, why? Like, I would come home and I'd be so hungry that I couldn't wait for dinner. So I would have I would make myself something while I was eating, like making dinner. And then I would have dinner a lot of the time. And it's like, no. But I was hungry. And I really feel like, for me, carbs make me hungry. And they are sneaking carbs. It used to be something like, my nutritionist said, and I've said it before, and I forgot all about it, was that I used to only have one 10-carb item. So, like, I would have one protein bar, and I'd have a single, like, one item that had, high carbs. So if it was like a protein bar, I'd have one. And that's it. I wouldn't have anything else that day that had a high level of carbs. I would just have that. And I would swap it out on occasion for like Greek yogurt. I would have Greek yogurt, which would have like 12 carbs in it. And I was like, okay, this is my one item. And this was a rule I had for myself for a long time, where I would have one high ticket item a day. And I stopped doing that. I started like having 3. I think it, probably started just having 2 and then having 3. And then like it just, I'm like looking back at my recent like eating behavior, it was like constant. I would have popcorn. I would have a protein bar. I would have a yogurt. I would have like the wraps. I would have like, and like all of these things are lower in carbs, but they add up. It really does add up. So yeah, I have to get back to that. Right now, I'm sticking to meat and veggies. She said that I could have one 15 carb item a day, but I think that's in her hopes that I will have fruit. She always wants me to have fruit. I'm just like, there's sugar. Because I have an aversion to sugar. I really do. Which is a good thing, I guess. But yeah, I'm really kind of excited. I'm kind of happier. I feel like I'm doing much, much better. And it's, gotta love the tool. Gotta love the tool. And I know that, like, it's something that Foodie Turned Sleepy has said a bunch of times, and it's so true, is that VSG or any kind of weight loss surgery really just helps you adapt to any kind of way of eating. You want to change your eating, it makes it so easy. Where in the past, like, I would have struggled to come off of carbs, and I was amazed at how I switched gears without any kind of like issue. My body was like, okay, like this is fine. Now I might have been tired, I might have had all of that kind of stuff, but that, I'm sick, so who knows what the cause is. But I didn't have like, I'm gonna eat the world. I actually felt so full and content eating 800 calories, and it was like, oh, or even less than 800 calories. It was like, oh yeah, okay, like this is the food. Today I was a bit more hungrier. Like I definitely felt between breakfast and lunch a lot of like, I wish I had food. But I think a lot of that was in my head. I definitely feel like it was a lot of head hunger. And once I ate, like I didn't even eat that much. Like my lunch wasn't that big. I didn't have that many leftovers. So my meat was only like 2 ounces. And then I compensated with more vegetables. But like, it wasn't that much. But I was really sated and satisfied, and I was like, okay, I'm done, I'm good, and I haven't eaten since. One other thing that I'm trying, I bring hard-boiled eggs case of break, in case of emergency. Haha, I didn't throw hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, I'm a dork. But I bring them for snacks, but I'm trying not to snack. I'm trying to, like, really stick to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just so that way, like, I'm not, I feel like snacking, my nutritionist said that's where, like, at some points, 90% of my calories were coming from snacks. I think it was, like, the majority of the carbs in my diet come from snacks. So I feel like snacking opens up kind of you know, I don't know, I can't think of the word. It opens up the whole, you know, ability to add more snacks in, to add different carby items in. Floodgates? I'm slow. Floodgates of carbs. And like this, even though right now I wouldn't be snacking on anything carby, I feel like it could easily transition into something carby. And since I've done so well at like not having like my meals have always been good. And because my meals are good, I feel like I should just stick to my meals and just ignore snacking. I know some people are like, you need, like, everyone, who you talk to when it comes to nutrition, oh my God. It kills me that there isn't like a set plan. Like, nothing is the same for everyone, and that everyone has different opinions. The whole medicine is a practice, not a science. It just kills me. Because I could read a million blogs and they all, or even like different scientific studies, and they all say different things. Some are like, you need to eat 1 meal a day. Other ones are like, you need to eat like 3 meals a day, no snacks. Other ones are like, you need to eat 6 small meals a day, keep your metabolism going. And I'm like, yeah, they can't make up their mind. So I'm okay with not snacking. If it works for me, that's all I care about. I'm not really too worried about that. I really kind of was disappointed that I can't raise my calories. Not that, like, honestly, if I'm eating 3 meals and they're meat and veggies, I can't get more calories. I mean, I could probably, like, add cheese to shit, but, like, there's not a ton of like, I have issues getting, 800 calories doing that. So, like, I ain't worried about, like, going more on the calorie side. And it's really like, if this is what my body is going to respond to, then this is what I'm going to do. And I think, honestly, in the end, my body's responding to the low carb. And I'm eating enough to feel full and satisfied, and it just happens to be low carb, which means that my calorie content is very low. Because even when I've tried keto and stuff, like, my calories were never really super high. It never really got there. Like, it'd be hard for me to break 1,200. Unless I was eating that and carbs. Carbs are where my calories come from. Carbs is where everything comes from. So, for me, low carb, 800 to 1,000 calories. And honestly, 1,000 calories is freaking hard for me. Like, 800 calories is a challenge. Like, some nights I'm like, where's the peanut butter? I need to get some extra calories in. And that's typically what I do if I need to get extra calories, is I just have a spoonful of peanut butter, because it's got a shit ton of calories. And it's got carbs, but it's not terrible. And it's a nice little treat at night. And I'm just like, I just need a little bit more calories. This is a fast, non-stuffing way of getting, 175 calories or whatever it is for a spoonful. I think it's like 150 or something. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot. So I'm excited. I'm nervous now. He's a cool puppy. He's a cool puppy. Oh yes, he is. He's such a cute puppy. Okay, sorry. I treat puppies like people treat toddlers, like babies. I'm like, oh God, I love the puppy. I've told my boyfriend that I need like 1 million dogs, and he said no. He said you get one if you're lucky, maybe 2 if you really sweet talk me. So we'll see. But we need a house first. I love dogs. So yes, excited, nervous, hopeful. Things are going well. Things are going well. And I've got my shit together. I feel like I transitioned really easily. I know what to do. I just wasn't doing it. I just needed someone to slap me and tell me to stop it. And that's really what it was. It's like sometimes, I'm not really great at things that put a lot of pressure on you. Like, I don't like the fact that she's like, I'm going to see her in 3 weeks and she wants me to lose 5 pounds. I don't like that kind of stuff, but at the same time, I'm okay. Everyone's honking. At the same time, I'm kind of okay with it because I feel like I kind of need it. I kind of need somebody to, make me do the things that I need to do. And honestly, it was really to get over this hump, to make me realize that I can do what I'm doing and that it was easy to do. Why are you going so slow? Is that I can clean up my act and that it was easy enough to do. That being said, it's been 2 days. For the most part, I just don't bring the shit in the house. When I was sick, I brought the shit in the house and I ate it. And that's kind of my secret, is I don't bring the shit in the house. And when I'm in the store, I'm like, I want it. And I go, no, because you're going to eat it. Like, you're going to eat it and you're going to be all pissed off because you're going to self-sabotage, because that's my biggest thing, is I am a total self-sabotager. And I'm like, you're going to totally eat it. Don't bring it in the house. Like, I ended up getting, like, for Skinny Pop, I ended up getting, like, the little mini bags. It's like the one big bag and it has a whole bunch of little single serve bags, because I will eat the fuck out of that. I will eat the whole entire giant bag. But if you give me, like, little individual bags, I will eat just the individual bag, because... And there's times I've probably gone back and had 2 bags, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's really hard. So for me, it's like, don't bring it in the house. I'm not, right now, I want to say for at least the next month, no protein bars, no chips, no anything that has any kind of, like, added carbs, like nothing that has a high carb content. Not until I really feel like I got this shit down and that I have some self-control. But even then, it's definitely something I'm going to have to really, really, really be careful with, because my body likes carbs. My body likes carbs a lot. And it's no bueno. Okay. I'm gonna go, guys. Bye.